Hello, welcome back to part 31 of this video tutorial how to build a Pacman game in XNA. Please don't forget to buy the content. Send €2.95 to PayPal account XNAPacman 2013 at hotmail.com. We send the content in 24 hours to your email address. In this tutorial we're going to handle the Pacman Collision, and this is part 2. And the first thing we're going to do here is build a utils class. So go to project, add class, and we call it utils.cs. And we need to copy the using block from the object class. So we're going to copy this and we're going to paste it here, just like this. And now in the utils class we need the function world2map, and that's the same we have built for the map builder project, so we're gonna copy that. So go to the map builder project and we're gonna open the utils class, and here we have the world2map function, and we're gonna copy this function so we can use it now in our Pacman game. Right. And now we go back to our Pacman class and we're going to rebuild the key up, key down, key left and key right. So go to the key up, and the first thing we're going to do here is add the keypad, the gamepad. So we can say here or the current gamepad state dot dpad dot up is equals to the button state pressed. So if we have pressed the up key on the gamepad state, we do the same as when we press the up key on the keyboard. The next thing we're gonna do here is we need to convert the world coordinates to map coordinates. So convert the world coordinates to map coordinates. So now we can say here that's the point, and we call it the map block is equals to the utils world2map, and now we pass in a new vector 2, and we're going to say here the position.x minus game1.tile size and the position.i minus 10. Alright. And now if the next up tile is no barrier, so we can say here that if game1.map is open location, and now we pass in our map block dot x and the map block dot I minus 1. So we go up, it is I minus 1. Alright. And the last thing we're going to do here is that we're going to say here that the position.x is equals to the snap to x, and we're going to pass in the position. Alright. And now we can do the same for the key down key. So let's do that. The first thing we're going to do is add the gamepad. So or current gamepad state dot dpad dot down is equals to the button state dot pressed. right? And now we convert the world to map coordinates. So convert the world's coordinates to map coordinates. And we can say here that the point map lock is equals to the utils world to map. And we pass in a new vector to position.x minus game1.tilesize and position.I minus 22. Alright. If the next town tile is no barrier. So if game1.map is open location, map log x and map log dot I plus 1. We're going down, dus it's plus 1. Right? And now the last thing we're going to do here in the town section is we say that position.x is equals to the snap to x, and we pass in the position. Alright? And now we can do the same for the key left. So go to the key left, and the first thing we're going to do here is add the gamepad. So our current gamepad state dot dpad dot left is equals to the button state dot pressed. Alright. So convert the world coordinates to map coordinates. So the point map lock is equals to utils dot world to map, and then we passed in a new vector too, and we're going to say here that position dot x minus 10 and position dot I minus the game1 dot tile size. Right. And now we're going to say that if the next left tile is no barrier. So if game1.map is open location, and now we're going to say map log dot x minus 1 and the map log dot I. Right? And now we're going to say here that the position dot I is equals to snap to I, and we pass in the position. Okay. And now the last key, that's the key right. So go to the key right, and we're going to add the gamepad. So our current gamepad state dot dpad dot right is equals to button state dot pressed convert the world coordinates to map coordinates. So point maploc is equals to the utils dot world to map, and we're going to pass in a new vector too, and we're going to say here the position dot x minus 24 and the position dot I minus game 1 dot tile size. Alright, and now if the next left tile is no barrier, so we can say here that if game 1 dot map is open location, and now we're going to say here map location dot x plus 1 and map location dot I, right? And finally we can say here that the position dot I is equals to the snap to I, and we pass in the position, right? And now we have rebuilt these keys. Let's see how this looks. But before we're gonna do that, I wanna go to the items class and wanna set Pacman to the default stat location. So go to the initialize, and we're going to say here that Pacman starts at 240 by 440. Alright, let's start it up. And now if we walk, we can exactly walk in the maze, as you can see, right? But we have some problems. As you can see, we cannot into the tunnel, and another problem is that we can go in home of the coasts, and this is what we're going to fix in the next tutorial. So I hope you enjoy, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye.